All right, this is OneLastMidnight, and today we're going to look at the best way to power the gateway chambers. Look, best is really just kind of a relative term because it's however you want to play your game, whatever the best way for you is. But we're going to look at some options on how you can power those gateway engines. I hope you enjoy the video. All right, let's look at some unlockanators. So I have three different options here. I have what I would consider a basic stage option or beginning game stage option. And then I have a medium stage option. And finally, more of an end game kind of stage option. Now, there's no predefined formula of how to and what to unlock. That's completely up to you. You can invest all of your bytes into unlocking the large rover and getting all of these other items unlocked first, or you can take your time and just go slow. All of this is up to you. This is really subjective because it really is how you play the game and how you want to play the game. But I want to take a look at some of these and show you what they'll provide for you. So maybe, like I said, early game scenario. Basic game scenario, you've just started off, you're not really unlocking a lot of bytes. This is a very cheap vehicle to build, the tractor, and the trailers are very easy to make, as well as the storage and the small generators. I'm going to take all these items off the tractor first, and we're just going to look at power throughput for the tractor itself. So the tractor, because it has a little bit of stored energy, has about 1 unit of power that it can provide. But as we start adding on other components, like let's say a battery or a wind turbine, you're going to see that your power changes, right? I have my battery power, which is 1, and then the wind turbine, which is blowing, which is 0.5. In a scenario that you want to run generators, the first two planets, Silva and DeSolo, are actually rather easy to unlock. They just take 5 units of power on Silva, and DeSolo is a total of 8 units of power to get DeSolo gateway chambers unlocked. So in the beginning of the game, this option looks pretty good because, again, I can make this rather easily, and the power that it produces, if I have everything turned on with itself, with the wind turbine running and the small battery, it's 2.5. But if I decide to turn all these on, all of these small generators are producing 1 power. So I've just turned on 4, so I expect to see, right, 6.5. And if I turn on the other 4, so it's going to be 10.5 of power, which is plenty of power to unlock those gateway chambers. Now, the downside with this configuration is you're going to have to stay on top of organic. My suggestion is to definitely make sure that you have a backup organic for each one of the generators if you're unlocking the gateway engines. If one of these happens to run out, at least it'll pick up the next organic and you'll continue on with the power cycle and you won't have interrupted power and the gateway engine won't start to close down again. Again, this is a really good solution for Silva and DeSolo. Now let's look at the medium option. I did add a drill for the medium option because the next 2 planets that we're going to be looking at is Calidor with 12 units of power and also Visania with 16 units of power. Now this vehicle might be pretty decent for those particular planets. And the main reason for the drill is their terrain tends to be kind of hilly and have some valleys into it. So it's kind of easier to have a drill to help you navigate and drive from gateway chamber to gateway chamber. Let's look at the vehicle's power completely naked. Because this vehicle train has 3 different power storages, you could see that I'm getting 4.5 energy off of this particular vehicle just by itself. If you happen to unlock it and just measure them individually, you're getting 1.5 per medium rover. The main source of power I chose for this vehicle setup is a medium solar, and each one of the medium solars is going to provide 2 units of power. So with just those 4 and the batteries off of the vehicle, I'm getting 12.5 units of power. Now, if I happen to add the battery packs on, you can see it climb up to 21.5. And then I have a couple additional little power things in the front here that I'll just go ahead and I'll throw on. And you can see I even it out to 22. Now, this configuration is highly reliant on the sun. Like I said, I chose the solar because it is 2 units of power when they are active. You could do another configuration of power. You could even do another configuration of batteries. If I don't have the large or the medium batteries unlocked, and I happen to just have small batteries unlocked, if I change and put this quite of unit, you can see then I'm getting 45 units of power out of it. Like I said, this configuration might be a decent configuration to use on Calidor and Visania, where you're only needing to have 12 units of power or 16 units of power to open up the gateway chambers. Now, the end-all be-all, or more of an endgame scenario, would be a large rover with a drill and a large storage and just a ton of small batteries. Again, the drill is on there to help you navigate the planet to get from gateway engine to gateway engine. Let's go ahead and look at this setup. So I chose for my main power source an RTG because this is kind of more of an endgame scenario. And maybe you'll have the RTG unlocked. It's unlimited power and it puts out 4 units. But let's look at the vehicle in and of itself. So the vehicle by itself puts out 2.5 units. But the moment I add on the large storage with all of the small batteries, you can see that I jump up to 34.5. If you put the RTG on the back to recharge these small batteries, this will unlock every single gateway chamber on any planet. So when you're looking at the larger planets like Novus, which has 21 units to unlock a gateway chamber, or Glacio that has 26 units to unlock a gateway chamber, and finally Atrox, which has 30 units to unlock a gateway chamber, clearly this is the best choice to unlock any gateway chamber. I just want to do a quick refresher on batteries. So batteries, the large battery provides you a constant 3 units of power, and then each one will provide you 3 units of power. The large batteries take up a lot of space, so for one of those particular connection points, I could have a small battery configuration which produces 8 units of power. Now, this drains a lot faster than the large battery, but it doesn't really matter when you have so many and you're trying to unlock gateway engines. So if you're talking about space, what is the biggest bang for my buck? The biggest bang for your buck is definitely going to be a large storage unit with 4 medium storages filled with small batteries. That configuration will produce a whopping 32 units of power. And if you have the RTG on the back of the vehicle, you're going to get that power back relatively quickly. All right, so that was my video on the best way to unlock the gateway chambers. Again, it's however you want to play the game, but I hope those options help you out. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button. If you're not subscribers, please subscribe. We have a great community here. And if you want to follow me on my social media, all of my links are in the description below. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.